Am I the asshole for embarrassing my sister during family dinner? So I, 21, was having dinner with my family. My sister, 31, and her fiancé, my two brothers, 28, 23, and my parents. Let me give a small backstory before I continue. My sister has hated me all my life. I don't know why, but she does. I tried my hardest to have a relationship with her, but she never cared for it. You'd think after we've all matured, she'd quit whatever it is she's on, but she's still the same as she was when we were children. My parents never called her out on how she treated me, so she just continued it. One of her favorite things to do is compare me at a certain age to her when she was that age. For example, I was smarter at 14 than Op was. I even got better grades. And that brings me to today. My sister was on her shit again and comparing me and the college courses I'm currently taking versus the ones she took. She took it to another level and said I wasn't smart and she could prove I cheated 12 years through school and 2 years in college. She asks, this is her exact question, if you're so smart, what is the noun of a pronoun with an adverb? Everyone around the table kinda just stares like what? She asks again. I tell her there's no answer to that as it didn't make any sense. Her conclusion, I'm an idiot. So, I decided to ask her a question. I asked her to tell me, how does precipitation work in the water cycle? A simple question to me. No answer. She gets red and says I purposely used a big word to confuse her and I wasn't being fair. Here's where I could be the ass. I mocked what she said, but I thought you were smarter than me. My brother chimed in and said it was a fair question and she got embarrassed and walked out. My dad says I owe her an apology and said I should have been the bigger person, as I've always been. I told him I'm not going to apologize and she can cry about it. AITA? Not the asshole. She can dish it out, but she can't take it.
If you can get her explanation of a noun of a pronoun with an adverb, please post it. I have to know.
Was precipitation supposed to be the big word a 31-year-old educated woman doesn't know? Christ, you're not the asshole and your sister is high on her horse.
Not the asshole. Your sister is jealous of you, and puts you down because she is stupid.
Not the asshole. I actually love this. You proved she had no idea what she was talking about. You used a big word that she didn't understand, but she is smarter than you. That is freaking hilarious. You did nothing wrong. You put her in her place and she got upset. Your dad should just stay out of it, as they have always when she did this to you. Love your brother. Not the asshole. I don't even understand how you could be ta. She insulted you. You proved her wrong and used her own words, so she got pissed. Are you supposed to apologize because she somehow realized that she might not be smarter than you? LMFAO.
Not the asshole. I can't understand why a 21 years old has to be the biggest person when a 31 years old can't. I'm sorry, because IR seems to me that you parents have been playing favorites with her your whole life. Your sister is an arsehole, but they also are.
Not the asshole. She sounds like a treat. Sorry to hear you've had to deal with her woozy face. Hopefully one day she'll tell you what her issue is, or she'll realize she needs to get over herself and build a relationship before it's too late.
Not the asshole. When you were born, she lost the princess position as only girl in the house. Now there was another girl family could dressing up and make a fuss about. She is jealous, and not mature enough to deal with it.
Not the asshole, and you totally rained on her parade. I'm here all night, ladies and gents.
Not the asshole. Your parents need to stop coddling their 31-year-old child. Funny how people like Op's parents who defend them only think about the hurt feelings of the bully the one time they get pushed back, but never seem to give a shit about the feelings of the person who has been antagonized for years.
My dad says I owe her an apology and said I should have been the bigger person, as I've always been. Dad, she's been alive for 10 years longer than I have. She's been an adult for 10 years longer than I have. Why have you always expected me to be more mature than she is? Why do you think so little of her? Not the asshole. She's an awe. Your parents are asshole for enabling and supporting her and expecting you to always suck it up and take her abuse. They really failed parenting her, and they really failed you by doing so. And what she said made absolutely no sense, and I'm going to lose my mind trying to figure out what the heck she thought she was saying.
Not the asshole. Your sister and parents definitely are.
I'm an English professor. I back you up. Her question doesn't mean anything. Also, that's a dumb and boring conversation for her to start one-upping at the dinner table. Does she have no life? Also, I have a toxic family and this kind of interaction hits me in a sensitive spot. Trying to force the victim of bullying to make nice proves someone is a terrible, possibly abusive, parent. I had to read my mom the riot act for this exact thing. Sis said something shitty. Mom tried to harass me into getting over it without even an apology, let alone a change in behavior. You are not the asshole. What I think you are is the scapegoat. It's not a good sign for the family as a whole. Good luck to you.
Not the asshole. Since when is precipitation a big word? If she can't take it, then she shouldn't be dishing it out. You don't owe her an apology. She needs to do some serious growing up and your parents should be the ones making that clear to her.
Not the asshole. I am smart enough at least to be secure about it, and not have to prop up my ego by competing with someone 10 years my junior.
She probably hates you because you're the youngest and probably thinks your parents treated you more leniently than she was. That's usually the case with siblings, which is unfair on you. But also not the asshole. 11-year-olds can answer that question. She needs to go to therapy to heal so she can stop compare you to and seeming better than you are. So I, F21, was having dinner with my family. My sister, 31. Info, is this a typo? Because this sounds more like a conversation between a 12 and a 13-year-old.
Not the asshole. Your sister tried to show you up but ended up showing herself up. She shouldn't have started what she can't finish.
Take it like this. Sister or not, she's a bully, so you can ignore or stand up to without looking like the bad guy. Plus, your parents in this case have no power in this situation since they never stood up or spoke against her behavior. You are not the asshole.
Not the asshole, but you'll get farther by calling out her bullying behavior directly and loudly from here on out. She asks a nonsense question to try and make you look bad. What do you get out of constantly bullying me and putting me down? And let your asshole parents know you won't tolerate her disrespect anymore.
Not the asshole. I'm 31, with a brother who's 21 and I actually can't imagine treating him like this, now or then. Parents usually expect the older sibling to be the better person. In these cases, any reason why you have to do it? The only reason I can think of is that your parents know she's unreasonable and therefore you had to learn from a young age to just ignore her bullying. And that's not right.
Not the asshole. Your dad sucks for demanding an apology. Your sister fucked around and found out. A petty solution to this problem would nonetheless be to give in to your dad, and try to publicly apologize to your sister. I'm so sorry, it was rude of me to question you, saying you were smarter than me. I should try to learn from my big sister. I'm so embarrassed. Can you teach me what is the noun of a pronoun with an adverb? I'm so dumb, the question didn't even make sense to me and I need your help to not embarrass myself like that again. Then just ask earnest questions that pick apart whatever nonsense she tries to make fit that word salad. By the end of it she'll be even more embarrassed than before.
Not the asshole. I had to deal with a sister like this. Parents always saying I should be the bigger person. She must be held accountable for her own actions.
Not the asshole. There comes a point in life when you just can't be the bigger person anymore.
Not the asshole bullshit. You didn't embarrass your sister at dinner. She embarrassed herself. Apologize for nothing.
Not the asshole. Is your father asking her to apologize for the question she asked you? Good for you for asking a reasonable question that a smarter person would know.
Not the asshole. I'm so sick of people being expected to let someone walk all over them for the sake of keeping the peace.
Precipitation is a big word. Woman facepalming light skin tone. Woman facepalming light skin tone. Woman facepalming light skin tone.
Not the asshole. Precipitation? Really? Does she not watch the weather? I know 6 yos that understand that.
Not the asshole. Looks like you rained on her parade. She deserved it.
Not the asshole. Why isn't he asking her to apologize for being an asshole to you?
There is no way that you, or at least members of your family, don't know why she treats you the way she does.
Not the asshole. Your sister appears to be jealous of you. She probably enjoyed being the only girl in the family until you came along. That's not your problem, especially if you have tried to mend fences with her over the years. Also, precipitation isn't a difficult word. Lol.
Not the asshole. You appropriately precipitated on her ego parade.
Not the asshole. But you clearly agree that her behavior is extremely childish and weird and still went on to do the same thing as her? Come on. WTF, a 31-year-old doesn't know what precipitation means? Not the asshole laughing my ass off like, what is precipitation and its place in the water cycle? Because that is taught in the 6th grade. Maybe if your question was, how does it happen chemically, or whatever, she might not know. It depends on how you phrased your question. But regardless, she was being snarky and you're right, her question didn't make any sense. NTA. And sounds like your parents are the reason your sister is the way she is. They enable her and expect other people to dance to her toxicity. Not the asshole. Op handled that perfectly. Be the bigger person like you've always been. Time to embarrass dad over his lack of parenting skills.
Bigger person equals continue to be a doormat to your sister so we can continue to ignore her bullshit.
Not the asshole, the saying applies. You do not have to set yourself on fire to keep another warm. You gave her back what she has given you for years. What she has done, with your parents' passive endorsement, has become the family norm. Everyone is used to this pattern, no matter how uncomfortable. You changed the pattern, which is what your dad is objecting to. Dysfunctional, of course. Congratulations for standing up for yourself. Maybe your sister's fiancé got a glimpse at her character.
Are you sure your sister is 31, because that is quite concerning. Not the asshole. Hate to sound like I'm a 5-year-old, but she started it. And honestly, your dad is showing blatant favoritism. Also, I love English and I have no idea for what she was asking, and the precipitation thing is actually pretty simple.
Not the asshole, and as an English major I need to know the answer to her question, because I'm baffled? Was she having a stroke?
Not the asshole. Your parents never intervened on your behalf, they excused and defended her atrocious behavior. By having you be the bigger person instead of moderating her behavior, she's turned into a self-important elitist. I don't understand why your dad expects you to apologize but never set the same expectation for her for all of your life. Your sister's question, however, was simple. She wanted the noun of a pronoun with an adverb. So the noun of secretly, adv, her, pro, is brat, n.
Ha ha ha, she is how old? Not the asshole.
Not the asshole, your sister was the only girl for 10 years until you came along. She's spiteful and jealous of you for being born. You would think she would be over this after 21 years, but apparently she is still holding a grudge against you for existing. I'm sorry your only sister is treating you like this. It's sad that she is missing out on getting to really know you and developing a great big sister-little sister relationship.
Not the asshole, but you never gave us the answer to, what is the noun of a pronoun with an adverb? I am but a simple-minded PhD and this one has me stumped. Not the asshole, your dad has no spine.